Today we are starting the journey of building a Milwaukee PACKOUT mobile compound sliding miter station that has multiple functions. Now, I want to be really clear up front. This is in a sense taking a variation of a video that I've seen with Kaizen. They have this layout that they've done that I absolutely loved, and I want to give kudos to them. In fact, I'll have a link down below so you can go and watch it. This is certainly not me trying to take credit for the design, but more so I am going to take their design and we're going to be altering it in a way that I think will be a little bit more user-friendly for me, right? So we're going to do this journey together. One, I just want to do this. It's spring, it's becoming beautiful. The sun is about to come over the peak. You're going to know it pretty soon, and I'm going to know it pretty soon. I'm going out to the land a lot more, which means that my setup needs to be portable. And the challenge for me is this. I love my shop. I've got it so dialed in, but the moment I have to leave my shop, and I don't know if any of you are the same way, a small space, if you have to move your stuff out every single time, this is where I think this system will actually shine for someone like you, right? And I'm very interested because one, I need to develop a system that I don't hate and that I don't dread. And what do I mean by that? Every time that I go to pack and unpack, and in fact, I don't even think it's the packing and unpacking that's the challenge. It's the resetting of tools, right? So a lot of times for me, I'll take my most used tools out of my drawer in my cabinet and they get translated into here, boom, now we get loaded. So I'm fine with packing and unpacking the PACKOUT. That's not an issue, but it's the resetting of the tools that I'm just drawing a challenge with. So this week I started thinking through the system and what it actually looks like. So this week I've been sketching it out. I've been taking my lunch break. I've been drafting this. I've been drawing it for multiple days. This is nothing fancy. I just wanted to get my ideas out of my head and onto paper, just trying to work through how it would actually function, right? So before I started working this through, I realized one thing. I can't just solve one problem with this, right? If this is going to work, it's got to remove friction, not add to it. So I started to set up kind of some ground rules for what I'm actually needing to do. Now, number one, it has to be mobile because a lot of the times for me, the work isn't happening where my tools are. That's just plain and simple, number one. Now, number two, it needs to be a quick setup and a quick put away because that is where I'm losing time right now. And honestly, and energy. Now, number three, it needs to work in a small space. I could put it up against the wall, or it basically has that feeling like it belongs there, right? In a permanent sense, but still able to move where I need it to. Non-permanent, right? So again, it just needs to feel permanent, but it actually needs to be not permanent. All right. And yeah, I'm thinking about this. For me personally, I am going to be utilizing this in the trailer, but this really isn't about the trailer, guys. This is something that for you, if you've got a smaller space, a smaller sense, this could make sense wherever it makes most sense for you. All right. So for me, like I could really see this shining in smaller spaces, garages, small shops, even driveways, right? So something you tuck away when you're done and you pull it right out when you're ready to work, because this is the idea for the mobile workstation. It's actually a lot more applicable than just one setup. By the way, I found these sticky papers in a garbage. And yes, I took them. So hashtag good move. All right. So the thing that I want you guys to know is I'm going to be developing a system where I want your input on this. I really, really do cherish that. So here's what we're looking at. One, I'm going to have the dolly system. I already have one of the dollies, right? And then you're going to go with a 3-drawer and probably a 2-drawer. And I'm going to do 2 towers over here. Full pun intended, all my Lord of the Rings fans. 2 towers here. And I'm going to be developing kind of a link. I know there's different ones out there, but I'm going to be doing my own style. And then here's where the difference is, right? So they did a complete piece here with 2 upticks, right? So when you put your compound sliding miter saw in there, this can be at the same height, right? And then maybe a PACKOUT can go in this. Now, what I'm going to be doing is I've realized that I don't always have my compound sliding miter saw with me, nor do I need it. So this part here is going to be a similar mechanism to this. It's going to be flat level. So if I don't use the miter saw, it'll be flat just like a workbench, maybe with a little bit of a gap here. That's fine. I'm not worried about that. Now, you're noticing these back here. What I'm going to be doing is, this is probably going to be like 3/4 inch square tube, and it'll sit inside a little bit bigger one. So this whole piece will translate up, almost like you see over here. So in this position, I'll have like a spring latch or something of that nature. Can you guys still see? Okay, hopefully. So it'll go up, and then I'll have like, I'll put like a little nut that I'll weld to it with a little thumb screw that can hold this up. Now that'll do two things. One, it brings that up out of the way, so now your compound sliding miter saw can sit there. That will house the Milwaukee vacuum, which can hook up to that to do dust collection for it. But again, when that's not in use, boom, comes right back down, full flush as far as a bench is concerned. Now, the other thing that I really do want to do is, one, I'm not going to be doing any sort of a stop block system on this far side, but I am thinking about this. I've got a rigid portable, what do you want to call it? A compound miting slider saw. It makes it more portable, whatever. It's back there. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm thinking about doing something like that that allows me to kind of translate in and out to get repeat cuts. And I'm going to be honest, when I'm out at the land, precision is not necessarily a must, so I'm not sure that I'll actually add this. Now, the things that I was thinking about is, one, I could do, instead of just having 2 towers, I could do a 3rd dolly and a 3rd stack. Now, I realize that for some of you, you might be thinking, well, gosh, Joshua, you've already got this. This alone is probably going to be like a $800 bench. But I want to propose to you this. One, you're not just buying a workbench, you're buying a system. So for me, that's very different, right? Because could I make this out of wood like this? Well, of course I could. I've already got this right here. But here's what this doesn't have. This doesn't have portability. I can't pick this up. I'm not going to move it. This system to me is going to be genius because I have learned to dread the packing and the unpacking. Again, it's just so reminiscent of extra work that's just not necessary. And so again, I do think that this is going to help me with making it so that it doesn't need to be so heavy on the setup part. Now, back to this. Again, I want to kind of go over just this a little bit. Again, I think the 2 big features that I'm going to add, and again, you might think, well, why not wait and do it all at the end, or why not add all these features? Because the way I like to do things, again, I'll add a couple of features and then I'm going to sit with it, see how I utilize it. And that always feels like just wisdom to me. And then I can add more to it, because I promise, even this rendition that we're going to be doing will not be the ending one. So next, okay, this is the part where when you see this, right, we've already talked about over here, we've got this part that will transcribe up, or telescope, right? That's going to be like this. So when I do want to have my Milwaukee, or basically my miter saw, it will actually have like 3/4 inch square tube that will telescope up. Now, the mechanism there, I'm going to maybe do something almost like a floor flange that flares at the base, that has hollow in the middle, that's just a little bit bigger than the 3/4 inch tube, allowing that to go up and down. And then of course here I'll probably do some sort of a nut that I'll weld to it with a thumb screw that will allow me to tighten it. Now, one thing I've considered is like a spring latch that I have similar to on my mechanism over here on my sliding mechanism to engage the shelf. I'll show you that in a second. But that allows me to bring this all the way up, and then I can screw it in with those thumb screws, and that'll allow that shelf, if you will, now that one that became the bench case will go up and allow me to have my vacuum, and that'll also allow me to come down and hook in to my miter saw for dust collection inside of the trailer. Now, one other feature that I wanted to kind of touch about that I'm really trying to consider is something like this. This is a stop block of some system. Now, I don't think I'm going to do one indwelling on the bench top, but I was thinking about doing something that has to do, it's very similar to like my portable setup that I've got in the back. Again, allows me to translate that out, because oftentimes when I'm out and about at the land, I don't necessarily need to do super precise, but this will allow me to have repeatable cuts on that. I'll show you my one that I have in the back, and again, it just slides in, slides out, moves up. Basically formulate a mechanical stop. So I think that's the two features that I'm really gonna love that I'm going to be doing. I'm gonna leave this middle section just untouched for right now because you just don't know what you don't know. So here's the truth. I'm gonna leave that open because I don't know what I'm gonna do with that yet. So that we're gonna leave this as a big old question mark. Now, the other thing is one, the linkage. All right, I'm going to be doing a linkage system for it, and in fact, that's probably going to be the next video that I'll be doing. And I'd love to see, for those of you that are out there, there's a DIY Samurai did a linkage one where he did a totally different system. His was built out of wood. I'm wanting something that is going to be one. I'll probably use 3/4 inch plywood here. There are two circles, if you will. Now, those are not rated for enduring any load per se, but they can be used, I think, in this particular case, and I think it's going to be just fine. I am thinking about using either a shoulder bolt to go down through the wood, which I would epoxy to the wood, and the shoulder bolts have a little flaring, if you will, or a nail head, if you will, kind of like, if you will, at the top of it, and then down below as it extends below the I might even drill a hole, or I could consider using like a clevis that would allow me to, one, pop it down through there and then put like something, a mechanical stop there as well, as far as the linkage is concerned. So I do think that that's something that could work as far as that linkage system is concerned. So just as a reminder, I'm going to show you this over here. So this entire system is going to live right here. Now, I do plan on doing a little bit of extra. I want to build it to match my bench tops. So I will be laminating the top and then doing an edge banding in the black walnut so that it kind of blends in, if you will. Because again, we all have these huge garage doors, and oftentimes if you're not using it, well, this is all space that you can't, that becomes non-functioning, especially if you're pulling cars in and out. Now, in my particular case, I don't use this to pull cars in and out, so I'm trying to utilize this as if it were a wall space. So again, that will go right here. Now, the advantage is that I can then take the system, roll it out, and put it over into my trailer. And so that's actually something that I'm excited to do, because I'm really honing in on the purpose of the trailer in and of itself. So again, along that wall is where I'm planning on doing it. That way it allows me to still drive my four-wheeler up here, because I use that when we're out at the land, and then the bench top over there, and of course most of my tactical gear will be on this side, if you will. So that just feels like that's going to be a fantastic kind of system. And so I am super excited to bring you along for this journey. So the next video, again, we're gonna be addressing is gonna be the linkage system between the different totes. And again, the big thing I'm looking for there is whether or not I should do 3 towers with a dolly and a full center in the middle, or if I should just do a linkage with a 3/4 inch plywood. Again, if you have any, if you guys have been working on something like this, please consider down below in the comments leaving what you didn't like about it, and the reason being is we read those comments, not just for me, but for you, for those that also are thinking, how would I do this? Should I even do this, right? And if you've tried this and it didn't work for you, please let me know why it did not work for you. And again, this is gonna be a fun journey. I'm super excited about this because I think this is gonna have a major spot for me in my shop, and I'm excited for it to potentially benefit you. And again, if this is something that feels valuable, please consider liking the video, as well as consider subscribing to the channel. Excited to see you guys on the next one. Shoot dang, let's go.